Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to another video. And the first thing I'm going to do here is take yesterday and just like put that in the past. Okay, so we put yesterday on the shelf. It's gone, packed away. That's that's done and over with, and let's move on. Okay, so we're moving on now to Monday, November 17, 2025. Okay, it's gonna be, well, it better be a better day than yesterday. Okay, so but I got off to a slow start. I did not do anything except sit right here and work on journal work for the whole first hour. I logged in at 6 o'clock. I didn't do anything till past 7 o'clock. And that's not unusual. Especially on Monday or Tuesdays, I'll run into this from time to time where I just don't see anything. It took me close to 40 minutes before I even got an offer at all. Upside down Starbucks, so I declined that. And then 8 minutes later, another upside down Starbucks. So, and then shortly after 7, I logged into something else that I haven't done any work for before, and was able to pick up a job and did my first ever job on this other platform. So that's what I worked on for the next. What time was mine? So it's about an hour or 45 minutes to an hour. And everything went pretty well. There was one little hiccup, but I was able to get help from support, and it went pretty well. And but I only wanted to do that one job for today because that was enough. Just to say I've done it, and I want to make sure I get paid for that because I had to. It wouldn't accept my banking information. So I had to get one of those like debit cards, and supposedly the money has to get loaded onto that, and then I have to transfer it if I want to transfer it to my bank account. So I want to make sure that all that goes through and I'm able to do that before I do any more jobs, obviously. Okay, so I log into DoorDash shortly after 8 a.m. And this doesn't seem too bad. $14, 10 miles, Home Depot, and Starbucks. So I went ahead and took this. The Starbucks is just right in front of the Home Depot. So, and here's the list. And this was easy. What did this take me? 2 minutes, really? Well, they all were. They all three were kind of, generally speaking, in the same area of the store, but still 2 minutes. There you go. And and then I then picked up Starbucks, or this is the delivery of the Starbucks. Order was ready when I got there, so delivered at 8:33, and then delivered the Home Depot. So this was a little over a half hour for 14.15. You know, $7, 2.15 tip on the Starbucks, and $5 on the Home Depot. Okay, minute later, Dollar General, $8 shopping. Well, what are the 5 things? And I might do this. Nope. Clothing and 6 counts of Dr. Pepper, and that's not even regular Dr. Pepper. That's the cream soda. Decline. Decline is it's going to be possibly tricky in substitutions. It's only $8, not worth messing with. Uh, South Bloomfield order paying $17.50. I took this. Normally, these orders I'd like to see over $20 if I'm going to be going down there. But I figured, well, it's only $2.50 away from that, and it's only 5 items. So by the time I get out of the store, it's going to be after 9 a.m. So we're past the rush traffic. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Easy shop. Um, the only thing was the cookies right here. They had the wrong aisle number listed, but it was just in the next aisle over. I still had this shopped in 4 minutes. Um, and then delivered at 9:20. So this just took 41 minutes for the 17.50. So absolutely 11.50 and a $6 tip. And I don't think I was even back to zone when I took, yeah, I wasn't even back to zone when I took my next order. 15.50, 10 miles, Meyer Pet, just 2 items, yes. And then I believe this was before I got there. Yeah, I still wasn't there yet. An add-on, $18, 6 miles. Absolutely. So you're talking now. This is close to $34 for 16 miles. Absolutely, and not that many things to shop. Now the thing is, though, it's one of them came across as Meyer Pets and the other one Meyer. So it's I've ran into this before. It's like two different stores as far as the app is concerned. So I didn't. I just decided to complete the Meyer Pets first, stay in the store, and then shop the other one. So I didn't mind that extra walking through the store. I'm a little overweight anyway, and always have been, and need a little bit extra exercise. So it's fine doing it that way. Okay, get to the store at 9:42, and thank you very much, Fresh Pet. So here we go. Let's go in the store and rock and roll, folks. I mean, I've talked about it before, and not just here, but it's at Target as well. It's hit and miss. It's like rolling the dice at the craps table. I mean, like, it's either like you're gonna walk up to those coolers and it's gonna be well stocked, or it's gonna have barely anything in it. So let's go in there, rock and roll, and see what happens here. Okay, next screenshot. What do you guys think? You think it was there? Or was it not there? Drum roll. They were there. 2 minute shop. The Fresh Pet was stocked. Thank you. Appreciate it very much, Meyer. Come back up to the front, checked out and paid for that, and then stayed in the store with that order in my cart. And then okay, so I pay, and now I still don't know what the second list is. Okay, it was, what was it, 7 items I think to shop for. Okay, drum roll again. Oh, oh no. Oh, folks, this isn't. I seen this. I was like, oh, like I rolled my eyes and tilted my head back. This isn't milk and eggs here. This is a seasonal order, and then you got like some seasonal stuff here. You got a shower rod. There's no food in here. There's nothing easy. And I'm like, oh no, here. But okay, whatever. But but check it out. 8 minutes done. I just prematurely reacted to this, but it ended up being easy. There's all the items right there. I couldn't believe it, but these three like garland thing. Well, the first 4 items here was all in one aisle, seasonal aisle, and the locations in the app matched up with where they were. I couldn't believe that. I was so surprised. This adhesive, this was easy, right where it was supposed to be. The shower rod, I wasn't even gonna bother trying. I just started scanning shelf tags. They all of them looked the same to me. I just started from the left, scan that was wrong, 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 wrong. It was like the third or fourth one I scanned was right. Okay, thank you. Grab that rod. uh, and then the area of the store where that planter was supposed to be, I think it was like a G aisle. And I saw a couple associates. They weren't doing any work. They were just talking. I needed to give them something to do. They shouldn't be standing there talking. So I asked them where the G's were, and they're like, "Oh, that's floral," and found that right away. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that. And then delivered the fresh pet at 10:12, $7.50 and $8, and just 15 minutes later, the seasonal $7 and $11 tip. So that was pretty easy. So that was what do I say, like $34 in less than an hour. This all started at 9:32, finished at 10:27. Outstanding. Yeah, like I said, I couldn't believe that. Boom. That's talk about a sight for sore eyes right there. Boom. I got the late start this morning, and in the first hour I didn't have anything, and then I did the next hour I was doing this other gig, and I didn't make much off of that, and so so I really didn't get going here today until 8 o'clock, and boom. So this was gonna put me near goal. 3861 hidden tip, honey baked ham, 15 miles. The only catch here is that I know where it says that $3 setup pay, I know this is Easy Cater. And my last two Easy Caters, I talked about the issue with the drop off photo and all that. So, okay, we'll see what happens. I go to honey baked ham, it's ready. And and this was not a very big order. So I knew that the hidden tip wasn't going to be much on this, because it was one larger sack that fit in my catering bag, and then the other sack was smaller. It fit in my delivery bag. So this wasn't. I knew that this wasn't some like $400 or $500 order, nothing huge. The instructions were really good that the customer left in the app, that this was a downtown Columbus building. They said drive around to the back of the building and you'll see a dock door to pull up to. And it was super easy. Drove around, found it. There was a number to call. I called it, waited like 2 or 3 minutes. She came out. Easy. And again, it appeared that the app still was not accepting the photos. I took one photo, didn't accept it. I asked the customer, she's holding the sacks, and I'm not going to take up too much of her time, but I had her stand just for one more picture closer to the door. Took that and got the same message, okay? And I told her, okay, so, I'm going to have to call support and you're going to get a phone call from the automated agent, yada, yada. And she said, okay, she understood. But I get back to my car and go to back into the app and the next step. And then, but it did take the picture. When I took it, it gave me an error message, but somehow still accepted it. That was weird. So I was able to just close it out and go. So there you go. And the total on that, so it was showing 4161, and I got 4236. So less than $1 hidden here. But that was to be expected. 936 from DoorDash, the $3 or from Easy Cater. Is it from DoorDash? Is it from Easy Cater? I don't know. $3 setup. And they pay you that even if there isn't a setup. And even in the instructions for this, it said, in the Easy Cater instructions, it said setup, no. Which is weird that they still give you that for every single order. And it clearly said in the instructions, no setup. You call the lady, she'll come down with a cart and she'll take it and go. And $30 tip, outstanding. I'm at $107. Okay. I declined this downtown or at 950, 4 miles, but that's for 2 Chipotles, so decline. And then it was just a minute later. I went ahead, I took this one. I'm still trying to pull away from that building. I'm on the phone with my wife. So I took this one. It's like 84 cents more and over a mile less. So I took this second one. This Chipotle had to do street parking. There was only a handicap spot, so I parked there. I put my, delivery in progress sign in the windshield just in case. I had to pee really bad. Went inside there and I was bladder blocked. So I checked in. Just one of the orders was ready. So they said I had to wait for the other ones. About a minute later, I was able to use the restroom. And then, waited, I don't know, a minute or 2 minutes after that, got the second order, and I was gone. Okay. First customer, hand to customer, I'll meet you on the curb on the corner of Spring and High. Folks, we're in a downtown area in a major city with one-way streets and all kinds of traffic. At one intersection, I don't know what this huge group of people was, but there's like 30 or 40 people in this huge group, like crossing the crosswalk. And on the other side, too. It's probably like 80 total people. I don't know where they were from, but I'm supposed to just, and which of the four corners, which side of the intersection? And I'm supposed to just stroll up to Spring and High and expect to, find this customer and just hand her the order. So what I'll say about this, and without incriminating myself here, folks, is that I made the delivery. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I made the delivery. The customer kind of got a kick out of how I was able to make the delivery, but I made that delivery and went on to delivery number 2, and let's move on. That's all I'm going to say. And then 8 minutes later, the other one was not as tricky. They said a door next to handicap park. I didn't see the handicap parking until I left. But I figured which door they were talking about, and I was able to go. I went into the right place, and made that delivery. $2 from DoorDash, $4.50 and $3.84 tip, and let's get out of downtown. We need to get out of here, folks. 6 minutes later, Upside Down, Sonic, and Kroger. Oh man, decline. Upside Down, Romeo's, and Popeyes, decline. Here comes the assault. $14, 18 mile to Genji go. One of them going almost to Hilliard. Decline. $6, 6 mile White Cat. It just isn't even, worth messing with. Decline. Upside Down, Chick-fil-A. I've heard talk about the new Chick-fil-A pickup procedures. I'm not going to test it out now. I'm not going to Chick-fil-A. We're almost at noon here. Not doing it. Let's keep declining. $5.50, 7 Mile, Crumble, and McDonald's, decline. The only thing about it is going to the same customer, but it's still bad. Okay, again, upside down, Genji Go, 2 orders, one of them going to Upper Arlington. No thanks. Upside down, tropical smoothie going right into the heart of downtown Columbus. Are you kidding me? For $5? And then and the acceptance rate check, this took me down to 33%. How about some more declines? $8 Giant Eagle going out of zone, decline. And then I put the Dash on a pause. I put it on a pause. Let's get a little bit further away from Stringtown Road. Let's get closer over to Meyer. And it took me 7 minutes. I waited until I got past the high school, and then this is when I resumed it. Okay, let's see what we get now. And here you go for your Meyer order. You got what you asked for, but $11 for a 23-item shop plus a PetSmart, 10 miles. This is horrible. Decline. There's your Meyer order. Upside down KFC going to Orient. That's probably going to the prison. Decline. Here we go. $37, 14 miles, City Barbecue and Panera. Now, I know that this is a catering. There's no way this just could be an individual meal from each of these places and paying $37. So this is catering, okay? And I'll go ahead and mention here is, well, not only is the catering symbol missing from here, but also the plus sign. This was not a straight $37.25. There's a hidden tip on this. So maybe because it was stacked with another order is why it didn't come across in the offer the same way. I guess. But yeah, regardless, I absolutely, I went ahead and took this. And then this is all I have to do. This puts me over goal for the day. So I get to the City Barbecue. You would think out of those two places, the City Barbecue would be the catering order, but no, it wasn't. This is just 3 things. I went in there, it was ready. It's just one small little sack. So that's all the City Barbecue was. 8 minutes later, get to the Panera, and there you go. There's your catering order right there. Went inside there. I took 2 catering bags in, and it was ready. It was 2 of their own bags with the handles, big bags, and I went ahead and put those inside my catering bags and picked that up. That delivered first, the catering order. And that was pretty easy. I went in it was like a warehouse, and I saw like a staging area for deliveries, and I started to put the order on those racks, but then the 2 women came out, the customers, and they got the order from me. And then the second one was a little tricky, the City Barbecue. The guy wanted me to text when I got there, but there's a couple different phone numbers listed for him. So I was trying to mess around with that. And then I looked up and saw somebody standing out there looking like they were waiting for somebody on their phone. I was like, yeah, that's probably the customer. Yeah, and it was him. So I did deliver that at 12:39. So this was 44 minutes, and the final pay on that was $46.01. So that was like close to $9 was hidden on that. So outstanding. $3 from DoorDash. $3 for all that food. And $39.51 on the Panera tip, and $3.50 on the other one. And that is it. Like I said, I was able to log off at 12:39. Didn't even have to work until I got that late start, and plus didn't even have to work till 1, which was nice today. Of course, I already talked about yesterday. I didn't get home till 5 p.m. It was dark out. So 10 deliveries, 163.86. Drove 128 miles today. Now that's including the other job. So 128 miles total for the two. DoorDash dash time 5 hours 24 minutes. Active 3 hours 44. So I wonder why that says 432 for the total. So that doesn't match what it says like after I logged off. I don't know. But anyway, so $163 divided by only 3 hours 45 minutes active. That came out to over $43 an hour today. So sweet. Now 5,729 lifetime DoorDash deliveries and 34% acceptance rate. What is that from yesterday? That's down 5%. Oh, we'll see. Maybe we'll pick it up tomorrow. Oh, and speaking of tomorrow, just a reminder, tomorrow is when I have that little event that I'm going to, that I got invited to from DoorDash, and that is at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So I'll just work from 6 a.m. to 1, and then go up to that event, and we'll see what happens at that, and what that's like, and what I can share and come back and talk about. Maybe I, do everything in one video tomorrow. I might do a couple videos. It just depends on how that event goes, and what all kinds of information comes out of it that I can share. We'll see. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you at the next video. Thanks again.